Taurus. My name is Luciani. I'll be doing an X spread for the month of February 2019. Guys, thank you so much for coming to this channel. If you haven't done so already, click the subscribe button. If you do so, you'll get awesome readings from me. If you're new to this channel, welcome. This is a healing and open space. We welcome you with loving open arms. And if you are returning, thank you so much for returning to this channel, guys. Lastly, this energy is for Taurus's sun, moon, rising, Venus, in your 7th house. Okay, if you don't know that information, I left the link below this video, and you could just follow the directions of that link and you can find out what those placements are for you. Okay, so let's get right into it. This X spread is talking about any recent exes that you've had or people that you still feel soul ties with. You guys are disconnected, but you still feel that soul ties between each other, okay? So let's get right into it. For my beautiful Tauruses for February 2019. Taurus's February 2019 X spread, spirit guides. All right, so let's get right into it. So we have the first one, reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. We have pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. And we have you deserve love. You are lovable. Oh, man. Oh, this is already a mess. In a good way, Taurus. So, what I'm picking up immediately is that both of you guys got to realize something in the middle here, and that's really paying attention to if this is really worth even considering with considering a reconciliation with them, or they're considering a reconciliation with you, Taurus. But it seems like one or the other already hurt that person. They already kind of left them out in the cold to the point where they felt like from those past life experiences, they feel kind of already bitter towards you, or you feel a little bit bitter towards them for to like a certain capacity. Okay. There's also an energy here where they might even blame themselves or feel unworthy of receiving affection. I feel like someone is still kind of hurt from what the other person has done to them, or you feel really still hurt about something that they have done to you because you actually love them and you're to the point where you're considering reconciliation, or they're considering reconciliation with you. um Also, this is also with reconciliation, this is with trying to find closure with respect to the past. This can also mean trying to understand more about yourself and see the relationship patterns also clearly. This is also taking a responsibility for the role you played in the relationship's drama, whatever it was. This is just taking care of any unfinished business. I feel like this is also making peace again with this person. um I feel like you guys are definitely looking to talk about what went wrong, and what bitterness that came behind that, that left somebody kind of hurt to the point where they feel like they have to forgive themselves of of what happened. Or also, this is also about really trying to find some kind of reassurance in the person that have hurt you, or they are looking to find reassurance through reconciliation so that they don't continue to blame themselves or feel like they're not unworthy of real love. They're still kind of hurt. that's here. Um, but with that, pay attention to the red flags in the middle. I'm getting this distinct feeling that y'all not supposed to be reconciling at this very moment. Um, there's something here that you guys shouldn't blind yourselves to. Okay, there was somebody who put the blindfolds on the characteristics and habits that didn't really work for them in a relationship, and they ignored them to the point where they actually hurt themselves. And now I feel like through all of the things you guys been through, you're still trying to find this reassurance of what happened and forgiving and kind of clearing the air, but actually even looking to see like what you guys truly miss. But again, it's like, let's say something is cautioning between this reconciliation. It's like a red light. It's like a, do you really should you guys actually be doing that? Then that might not be the best idea, is what I'm getting. Um, because there was a lot of dishonesty or deceit, disrespect, substance abuse, lack of integrity, whatever it is could be, that somebody's basic character was revealed. And I feel like somebody ignored them. There was some kind of like path here that happened where you guys needed to listen to your intuition and it didn't happen, and somebody got hurt because of it. And they're looking again to just really look into seeing how they can like get back in your life, Taurus, or you getting back in somebody's life because you really miss them. I feel like you or them really miss you, and the other person is still hurt by what has happened because of the fact that somebody's character was effed up. Somebody was deceitful, someone was dishonest, and everything like that, as I mentioned. And I feel like somebody's looking to reconcile because they might finally realize the things that they've done to this person. Okay. So let's pull some tarot. I know that was a lot out, but let's pull some tarot and see what in the world is going on up in here. Alrighty. So this is top energy. You guys can read it as I actually, read the energy of it. You guys can just see whether or not you're the top or bottom energy, and the other person is who you're dealing with or your ex. All right, so top energy. Let's see. Yeah, I feel like you guys feel like y'all not really ending this. Y'all not really ready to end this at all. Okay. Um, because there's like some kind of stalemate here. And I think both of y'all start realizing the difficult behaviors or the emotional immaturity and abusive powers and domination. And I think through clear, if you guys find I feel like you guys are gonna find some kind of courage to have clear conversations again and seeing like what happened, what was the struggle, what was the misery, what was the battles here, and maybe whoever ghosted whoever, or not, the irresponsibilities that went through it, um and finding the wisdom to see like the fairness in it. But top energy here, guys, I'm seeing you guys as this energy where you had to prepare. You had to really just kind of, you know, prepare for war with this person because they had a lot of character flaws. And it left someone top energy miserable. They had to protect themselves. So because it was miserable energy, they're hurt. They're seeing the things that have they've been through was loss, is regret, is guilt, and all of that kind of concept here. They're regretting the fact they had to deal with this type of energy, and they are maybe going into introspection, or again, they're looking for a return in maybe this bottom energy's life because they want to continue to talk about or clear the air about how you made them feel or how they made you feel, some kind of hurt and feeling like the maybe this top energy left this energy and they had to find the strength to do it. Um, because again, with someone's uh, discretions, very discretions, they they're for everybody basically type of energy. When I see the Knight of Cups here in reverse, there's not an apology here. Also, this could be someone who's refusing to apologize for their behavior. Also, this top energy could be someone who don't feel like they have to apologize because again, with the Queen and Knight here of Cups in the reverse, it's like this could be also um, water energy that your ex, who that ex was, a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, but they feel like you manipulated them, or this could be your energy, it doesn't matter who it is, but this is someone who's hurt and they really felt the regret and they had to find the strength to introspect and kind of like move forward in life. The bottom energy is like juggling two people at the same time, I feel like, and this is you Hierophant energy on the bottom. So this could be your energy here I'm sorry, here Taurus on the bottom. You're coming up in your own energy. So you actually juggled maybe two people and you were conscientious, you were proud about it. You have this stature, this mobility about yourself, but at the same time, there's some kind of unfairness or not learning some kind of lesson or not learning about your behaviors, mastering yourselves, learning, with Eight of Pentacles, this is all about mastering yourself, learning yourself, understanding yourself, studying in that capacity, and it left you single. I think maybe this top energy left you, but they're still hurt about it because they had to leave because maybe you were juggling people. Maybe there's a level of dishonesty, disloyalty here where you had to go on your own. And yes, you're successful on your own. Yes, you're self sufficient on your own. But this is definitely some energy where someone was juggling two people. They couldn't make a decision about something and it left them really conformed. This top energy, I feel like they're either hurt or they're the ones that were disloyal. They're the ones that were cheating and all of this to the point where this bottom energy had to make the choice. They might be still up in the air about making this choice through actually leaving and knowing that if they believe in themselves, if they learn about themselves, if they master themselves, if they get the work, they actually be very self-sufficient single. They don't have to worry about this top energy and just they just need to get to work because they're actually going to be really better off by themselves. I'm also seeing Leo energy here. Aries and Sag as Taurus and also Virgo energy. But for the most part, this is just someone who really feel like they had to leave because they see the signs. They see the fact that no matter how much they're doing in a relationship, finding the strength to leave, and they're conscientious, they're strong, they're powerful, but they have this very great quality about themselves where it's honorable, and they're very even conforming to it, and they might be up in the air whether or not they want to leave or not. And if they find the ambition, they actually will be very well off. They will be very well off and happy, single, fly, fine, whatever the case may be, because this top energy is manipulative. This top energy could be extremely disloyal. And yes, they have riches. Yes, they have fortunes of that nature, but they're bitter. They're miserable. They got this thing about them that is, they're still stuck on something that happened from their past. Or this is just energy where, I would say with the Five of Cups also, I would just say somebody is just really not living up to their expectations. Just really rejection, like just really some sort of really not living up to, like, if this is a marriage, just as they're frustrated with their marriage. If you guys were married, I'm feeling like, or this top energy was married or something like that, like I feel like there was this level of fortune and they have or something, but they're very protective of it because of things that has happened in their life. And also due to the frustrations, they also could be very manipulative as well as very disloyal. And this bottom energy is kind of like so powerful, but kind of don't know it. Okay. So let me just pull some crystal healing here. I feel like this energy is like this person is going back and forth with leaving you behind, and because they really do need to find the fact that they have to pay attention to the red flags of the top energy, and they're very bitter. There's a level of bitterness here. Okay, there's a level of bitterness here that, and very just hurt, and they have to prepare themselves. They have to really prepare themselves so that they can win this battle, because the battle is the fact that someone is abusing their powers, or some sort of trying to establish your strength, but maybe someone is establishing their strength through manipulation and through disloyalty. And I feel like the bottom energy is starting to see those character flaws, and it's like at the same time they're going back and forth with reconciliation and knowing who they are, and they do deserve love, the real love that they are desiring. So they're going back and forth in their mind in relation to that, or that could be you, Taurus. Okay, so who, that's a handful of sand. I'm sorry, y'all, that was a lot of messages that came in. Okay. Oh yes. So I feel like this top energy just needs to be a little bit more wiser. Okay. This person may could be a tad immature. With the ancient wisdom crystal here for ancient wisdom, this is someone who needs to be a little bit more wise in their behavior. With that ancient wisdom crystal there, that talks about so many different types of channels you can actually go into with that. So, for example, let's say, oh, keep in mind that this relates to all your chakras. Okay, so this card comes in as confirmation that you have to start tapping into that ancient wisdom that you have within you on a deeper level to see how this top energy is establishing their strength, because they're frustrated, and how they're establishing that is through actually manipulation, cheating, infidelity, like really, having all of these different things that they're doing that's like so emotionally balanced, I'm feeling. And this person on the bottom is just like with two arcanas here, or no, I'm sorry, not two arcanas, but with the energy that's feeling like, oh my God, I have to be honorable. I have to honor myself. This is like kind of ridiculous. You know what I mean? Also, with this top energy, this is a very powerful card that this is they're being attracted to because they have all the information and tools that's required for them to move through this situation or this time. Maybe this top energy is trying to validate themselves through like looking outside of themselves for answers, and it's really time for them to kind of look inward to the wisdom that's really awaiting for themselves. They have to find their deep personal truth. Okay. um, True to believe in themselves and the decisions and choices that they have made in life. This is also about true connection to high wisdom. This is talking about listening to their inner guidance, sacred spaces, their guiding lights. Their guiding lights could be have a lot to do with some of their character flaws, and they need to distinguish who they truly are. If they're saying that there's somebody that they're not, they have to tap into this ancient wisdom and get very clear on who they are. This bottom energy attracted success, the energy of success. This is an energy where it's again Shakel chakra. So this is definitely if you were again let's say I won't say that, but this attraction to this card is that they have to believe in themselves. This bottom energy has to believe that they're shining. They really can require success if they actually work hard and actually work hard on the things that they want to do. They actually will be okay single. This is like a single card. So this is someone who is like single, ready to mingle. They fly, they're attractive, they know themselves, they're self sufficient, they're independent, but they're very, very attractive to the opposite sex. And they will be blessed with beautiful, wonderful outcomes if they put the work in. If they don't, then this is energy that they have in themselves, but they're going back and forth. They're trying to find a balance of should I go on my own and do me because I am to be honored, or should I just keep dealing with the energy that's very manipulative, disloyal, and they're abusive even, and it's causing me to be bitter towards them. It's kind of that difference between reconciliation and really like, okay, I do deserve real love with the King of Wands here. Um, this is also a beautiful time to really work its magic on the bottom. It's really time to really, really blossom and receive these blessings that are coming in their life. So it's just a matter of if this bottom energy can really make a decision on whether or not to pay attention to the red flags or not. Because again, they actually might reconcile with this top energy. I also see the top energy also being another message where they're very bitter. They're very, very bitter and frustrated because of the amount of disloyalty and miscommunications or apologies not being had. And this bottom energy is going back and forth whether or not to make an effort to apologize or not. I feel like this relationship that you guys had was a challenge. It was like Someone how they deal with pain is through infidelity. How they deal with pain is trying to look outside of themselves for validations. How they deal with pain is how they just manipulate. And this energy is, they're actually amazing. The only thing is that they're not putting any effort into making themselves a success. So they're like going back and forth whether or not to actually do that. And they actually might reconcile with this individual, but again, pay attention to the red flags is really the only thing else I can say. Okay, guys, so I know that's a little bit scattered, but there were a lot of different messages here. You just take the one that resonates with you. This is a general reading, this isn't specific. And if you're feeling me, subscribe, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Take care. Bye.